Hello and welcome back to Virtue's Last Reward. In the last episode, I left off before accessing my gold file, and it dawned on me after I'd ended the recording that I didn't read it, but that was also because I was cut short for time and everything. It doesn't really matter, but that being said, that's what we're going to do immediately, and then we're going to leave. Because the game wanted to restrict me from being able to go back into that room before. Okay, so what did I technically earn from earning this one? Secrets. Okay. Door, 3, or whatever this is. That was like the middle selection, right? Oh well. Primary chromatic door. There are a total of 7 varieties of chromatic doors in the Nonary Game facility. 1 for each of the following doors: cyan, magenta, yellow, red, green, blue, and white. The primary chromatic doors will open at a specified time. Participants can see how much time is left until the primary doors open by pressing the buttons on both sides of the bracelets. Secondary chromatic doors. Several conditions must be met by the group that enters the primary door in order for the secondary door to open. There must be 2 pair bracelets and 1 solo bracelet. The colors of all 3 bracelets must together form either the color of the door that they are trying to enter or its complementary color. That's kind of hard to remember though, so let's look at it like this instead. Red plus blue equals open the magenta secondary door. Green plus green opens the magenta secondary door. Green plus red, yellow. Blue plus blue, yellow. Blue and green, cyan. Red and red, cyan. EU stands for erotic units. What? Erotic units? EU is a system developed to measure a combination of physical, emotional, and situation attractiveness. It ranges from 0 to 20, where 20 might be Marilyn Monroe and 0 might be Gilbert Gottfried. Oh, that is fucking rude. For the curious, Danny Trejo, I have no idea who that is, rates 16 EU. Just being sexy does not guarantee a high EU rating. Not to be confused with competing systems of hotness or sexability, the EU system weighs a number of factors such as practicality, sustainability, emotional investment, and the bias of the observer. Women with a high EU rating have usually mastered the art of the tease. This is definitely coming straight from Sigma's mouth, I guarantee, in this next section. Grandpa videos. A collection of films that Tenmyoji has gathered. Their content isn't really explicit per se, but they still aren't really appropriate for someone's Quark's age. Good God. It should be noted that the term does not imply the videos contain grandpas or grandpa-like actors. Sigma's cat problem part 1. Sigma has a strange verbal and possibly psychological tick, which causes him to make cat puns whenever he talks about cats. The cause of this behavior seems to have been an experience he had as a child. When Sigma was in preschool, there was a deserted house near his school that everyone called the Cat Mansion. He'd always loved cats, so every day he would visit the Cat Mansion and give the cats that lived there some of his lunch. One day he realized that he could understand what the cats were saying to one another. A magical black cat appeared and told him that it had given him this gift in exchange for giving food to his fellows. But, the magical cat said, "You can never tell anyone about your gift," the magical black cat warned. "If you do, you'll be cursed." But young Sigma was so happy about his newfound ability that he slipped and told a girl about it. So the black cat cursed him. His curse was to only speak in cat puns for the rest of his life. Fortunately for him, a magical white cat came along soon afterward, felt the curse was a little too harsh and lessened it, so that he would only talk in cat puns when he talked about cats. And they lived happily ever after. You mean Sigma and the white cat? And they lived happily... Okay. Phone. A device that converts sound into electrical signals and transmits them over a wire so they can be decoded and played back on the other end. It's useful for speaking to people who are far away. The invention of the telephone is generally credited to Alexander Graham Bell in 1876, but there is dispute in some circles as to whether or not this is the truth. In the game, there is a phone in one of the cabins. It can call outside the facility, of course. But what if you try something like 765309 or 6969? Other numbers might do other things, so give it a try. Huh. Now I'm curious. I've saved, but... I'm curious now. Okay. Just out of pure curiosity, I'm overwriting this save. And we're gonna go back into the flow of the previous escape room. Oh, yeah. And I'm just gonna try it. 5309 and 6969, right? That's what we were told to try. Five 5309. Okay. Phone. 5309. Jenny. Hello, can I help you? Hey, I got your number on the wall. Huh? She hung up. Huh. Interesting. Where should I call next? 6969. This better not be some sex hotline. And it's woman's voice. Ready for the time of your life, sweetheart? Only $24.95 a minute. Jesus Christ. That's a little too rich for my blood, thanks. Well, huh. I tried it. Now how do I... Save. No, I have to load from the main screen, huh? Interesting. I guess I've never really done it that way. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, interesting little thing that you can do. And where's the key? Alright, I already have it. The lock for the door. Right now it says lock. You guys ready? I'm gonna open the door. Okay. I'm ready. Go for it. Alright then. 3, 2, 1. I hate how we have the countdown every time, but I'm still gonna read it out. I did indeed find it after going back through the space-time continuum to get my fucking gold file that I should have been able to acquire. We made our way down the hallway, and at the end, waiting for us... Hey, looks like the gang's all here. What's up?
Nothing's up. We left our room, headed left.
And ended up here.
Sigma, let me see that map you found earlier.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, right. They go there, they meet us up there. Yellow door should have met us a little bit later, but I guess we're all meeting here instead. Did we get there first in the original? I can't remember. If, like, who beat who. Oh. No matter which door we took, all of them led back here.
That's the same as the map we found in the lounge.
The lounge?
Oh, we found something like that too. Our room was an infirmary.
That's so, oh, that's so. We found ours in the crew quarters.
Maybe we should sit down for a bit and exchange information.
Mm-hmm.
No.
What?
There's plenty of time for that after we check out this elevator.
Okay, fine. This is gonna be very similar, but I feel like it's written well enough that it's actually advantageous for us to not, skip anything. Hopefully. I mean, it looked like it... Maybe I go back and check the flow just for a second while this is doing this.
What the?
Okay, give me 1 second, please. Yeah, so... It's not like the novel, like in the previous game, led back to a central point where all the things just are, go right back to being the same text. This is gonna be different. Hopefully.
Oh, this is just like the other floor.
These doors have colors on them too. The one on the left is green.
Are you sure about that, Luna? I understand that we're looking at it at a different angle than before, but this is weird.
The one in the middle is blue. And the one on the right is red.
Are these chromatic doors? Look, there's a box here. It looks like the ones we saw earlier.
Lock, huh? Yeah, won't budge.
And just like the other doors. No good trying to force it open, I suppose.
Is something wrong, Alice? You've been staring at your bracelet.
Oh, no, I'm fine. But it looks like my guess was right. The numbers have changed.
Numbers? Oh yeah, the time left. Looks like 2 hours. 6 minutes.
Ah, for fuck's sake. You telling me we're gonna have to just sit around here for another 2 hours?
Well, kind of.
Looks like we don't have a choice then. We gotta head back. Clover, how about you show him that note we found?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Huh? Was it something about supplementary rules? Because we found a note just like that. It was in the infirmary.
Infirmary. Did we get that in ours? Did we? Yes, I think so. Yeah, we found one too. It was in the safe in the crew quarters. Yeah, we did get that. Here are a few more rules for you. Once you've opened a door, you can hop through it as much as you like. I can't really remember what the fuck his voice sounds like. The chromatic doors are like that too. Once you open them, even I can't keep you from going in and out of them. Any color of bracelet can go through them, and as many people as you like. But, you have to escape before you can take advantage of this free reign rule. Once you've activated a chromatic door and gone through it to the puzzle beyond, it won't let you go back until you've solved the puzzle. If that's true, then we can all go back the way we came and get into the warehouse.
I don't think Zero's saying we can. I think he's saying we have to. Otherwise, what's the point of that key card?
You mean this? The Ambidex room key.
We found some too.
That makes 6 then. 1 for each AB room. I don't know why I'm
Let's
struggling.
head back to the warehouse.
So when Zero says jump, we say how high, huh?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like it, stay here. Stupid angry mutt watching the door sounds about right.
Asshole. Better hope I don't have rabies, you self-satisfied old turd.
This is the same.
Well, what's it going to be? Are you going to go back with us? Or are you staying here by yourself?
All right, fine. I'm going.
See, like, I don't know if I should skip or not. Because I feel as if... Is there a way to... I just don't know the button on PC, like, to skip through text I've already seen. Not that I want to, anyway, because, like, I still like experiencing it as it goes along. I mean, that and... basically every decision from here on out is going to be different. Crew quarters.
So, this is the crew quarters, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Just as the note said, we had no trouble getting in here.
That means we can go to the infirmary or the lounge.
Yeah, we can check out any of them.
The poster.
Look, Grandpa.
Uh-oh.
They got a poster of a lady in here. It looks like the ones you got back home.
This one's pretty hot.
Oh, good God.
I think we're talking at least 14, maybe even 15 EU.
Oh, just when I thought it was Sigma.
Agreed.
I sure would like to take it home with me.
Wait, agreed? What? Quark? What the What the fuck?
Unfortunately, I don't think this is really the time for that. Let's keep moving.
Whoa, hold on. Grandpa? Since when were they buddies? Also, are you not going to just engage with that? Or have they always been that close? In other words, they'd known each other before the Nonary game, and if Quark was calling Tenmyoji Grandpa, maybe they were even related. Alice and Clover seemed to be close too. Just how many of these people knew each other already?
Let's go, buddy. I can't wait to get out of here and back to my, grandpa videos.
Oh, you mean the ones you keep in the locked cabinet?
Shh. You're being too loud, Quark. You have to say these things quietly.
Huh, interesting. So that's like... So actually checking out the gold file before... Granted, it does like spoil some stuff, but checking out the gold file actually does give me a little bit more information, and it's not like it gets explained in full, in its entirety, before it, after it happened, after I've read it, like, just in the general text. That was actually more background information to understand what the fuck EU was.
Oh, you're finally done? You were taking so long. I hopped off for a little nap.
Ah, for yawning? Really? You're just a computer program. You don't get tired.
Hey, VO. My temper's got a hair trigger, and you're awfully close to pulling it. So
This
I
seems
would
very
watch my
similar.
mouth if I were you. Otherwise,
Well, do you really need me to spell it out?
Ah, forget it.
That's a good boy. Alrighty, let's get back to what we were talking about earlier. Namely, how do you get more BP?
Can I chime in for a second? Also, now that I see this image, where the fuck is Sigma? Are you not supposed to see Sigma's face as a 3D model ever? How have I just noticed this now? Like, we obviously get like the 2D art of him in his car, and of course when I first loaded up the game, I got to see his face in color, but is there even a 3D model for Sigma at all? Oh well. Can I chime in and say what the actual way to get BP is? We go into the AB rooms, right? Look. We've got some keys for them right here. Kay and Quark have 2 each, so we've got 6 altogether.
But who goes into what room?
That doesn't really matter. Anybody can go into any room.
But there are only 6 rooms.
Didn't I tell you? The 2 members of a pair share the same destiny.
Then you mean both members of a pair need to go into the same room?
Yes, yes.
Not necessarily. It's that the pair is tied to the room where the first half of the pair enters. Beyond that, nothing else will happen.
What do we do after we go into the room?
play a game. Just like it says on the door. You play the Ambidex Game!
Wait, what's Ambidex supposed to mean anyway?
I would guess it's short for ambidextrous. Most use the word to refer to the ability to use both of one's hands, instead of favoring the left or right. But it can also be taken to mean someone who is duplicitous or two-faced.
It's a game of betrayal, then.
Well, yes, I guess you could put it that way.
And what's the Nonary Game?
Oh, that refers to the whole enchilada. The Nonary Game is a game where you try to open the number 9 door and escape. The Ambidex Game is just a mini game you play as part of the larger one. Make sense?
Like hell. Shit is confusing.
Is it? Or is it that you're just a few carrots short of a bushel? What do you think?
Arrogant little bastard.
Well, that's just how I am. So you better get used to it. Now, could I have you all move to the 8-bit room, please? I'll give you more specifics once everyone's inside. I think it'll probably be easier to understand that way.
And here comes the whole thing with Phi, and I'm still gonna choose Ally. It's just how I like to play it. Kay, Quark, and myself each gave 1 card to Luna, Alice, and Tenmyoji. Then we headed into the AB rooms. There wasn't really any discussion about who'd go into which door, but Fi and I found ourselves heading toward the leftmost room. Is this also where the dead body is? Looks like everybody else has gone in already. Think we should head in too?
Why are you asking me? Just hurry up and get in there.
Okay, okay.
An Ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
What? This game's got a time limit too? Wait.
Something wrong?
No, nothing. I just... There's no one here.
What are you talking about? Of course there isn't anyone here.
Well, yeah, I know. I just...
Let's get inside.
Yeah, right. So is there no dead body in this timeline? Huh. This is where we...
This looks just like the room we woke up in.
Was there a dead body when we opened our voting capsule? Huh. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Well, there's one thing that's different.
That screen.
Yeah. Looks like there's something on it. Start. Yep. We're gonna see this a bunch more times in future.
Shit! What the hell are you doing, you idiot?
What? It is the only thing to do. What? I just pressed the start button.
Did you even read what it said?
Yes.
Once you press that button, it locks the door for 40 minutes.
Yes. I read that in a past life.
Now, thanks to your stupid ass, we're stuck in here for almost an hour.
Oh. Really?
Yes, really. Ugh.
Huh. This is different. What the fuck? Cool.
Hey! Looks like everybody's closed their AB gates.
AB gate?
That's the door to the AB room, silly. You're in the AB room right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the woman should have been in here, and that's where a lot of our time was spent, right? Because then we get right down to the last second to input ally, right? That's the whole deal?
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be continuing my earlier explanation.
Now, let's get this party started.
What was that all about? What? Okay, so... as the player, do I get to skip all this information or something? Because I've played through it?
Let me tell you about the AB game. Since it's a game,
Or
you're
not, I don't know.
obviously going to have an opponent. But it's not like this is a battle royale where you just fight everybody.
Mm-hmm. The good thing is that in the previous timeline, we already know that Alice is going to choose ally. Don't know if there's going to be any discrepancies in the timeline. But that being said, I'm still going to choose ally. Alice is probably going to choose ally as well. And I'm just going to be happy that way.
Each round will be a one-on-one battle. Mono a mono, or mono a womano. Well, there are 2 people in each pair, aren't there?
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be more of a 2-on-1 battle, I guess.
Now, I imagine you're all wondering who your opponent is going to be.
No.
It's actually really easy.
Yep.
You'll be competing against whoever you paired up with to go through the chromatic doors. For example, Siggy and Fido paired up with Alas and went through the cyan door.
Yes, we did.
That means that Siggy and Fido will be playing against Alas.
Hey, Alice. You're going to choose ally, right? Because it goes along with your name, right? You're not going to pick Betray because of that stupid joke, right? I don't think she can hear me, Fi. Otherwise, she'd be cracking up.
It goes the other way, too. Alas's opponent will be Siggy and Fido. Costume and Cleaver's enemy will be Tamioli, and BO and Quirk's enemy will be Mooney. Well, I guess enemy isn't really the right word, is it? After all, if you choose ally, then they're your ally.
Correct.
What? Don't get it?
No, I get it.
Well, don't worry. Just listen while Zero the Third explains it all.
First, I want everybody to focus on the screen on the device in the back of the room. You should see A, ally, and B, betray on it.
Yep.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
All you guys have to do is pick! Just pick one of those easy options! Your BP will go up or down, depending on what you pick.
I guess you could say that depending on what we pick, but it's not really that simple.
It's a little complicated, and some of you are a little slow. So, I made this handy chart.
Well, hold on, I just thought about that. You just said depending on what we pick, it'll go up or down. But there's also a chance that it'll remain stagnant.
The plus and minus are from your point of view. So, let's say you choose ally, and so does your opponent. You'll get 2 BP, and so will they. And you'll all get a nice warm, fuzzy feeling inside. We call that the best pals outcome. Just puts a smile on your face, doesn't it? Next is what you get if you choose ally, but your opponent chooses to betray. You lose 2 BP, and they get 3. We call that the stupid jerk face outcome. Somebody did that to me, I'd skin them and stew them with some taters. The third choice is the
Was that different?
It's when you choose betray, but your nice, innocent opponent chooses ally. This time, you're the one who gets 3 BP, and they're the one who loses 2. We call that the serves them right outcome. I mean, what were they thinking? Choosing ally was a stupid choice, and there's nothing for you to feel guilty about.
One thing that I want to know about is in any of my routes at all, because Sigma in the previous routes has always had an ally, was always allied with someone. Is there ever a chance where I, just, like, am by myself? Or is that just never written in the script somehow?
And finally, the very last scenario.
Because it's supposed to be completely random, but is it?
This is when you choose betray, and so does your opponent. If that happens, neither of you gets or loses anything. Absolutely 0 change in BP. Boring. We call this the why even bother outcome. As the game master here, this is the situation I want to avoid the most. You're probably wondering about the pairs, aren't you?
Not really.
Well, let me explain. Remember how I told you that both people in a pair share a destiny? Well, that applies here too. The 2 of you only get 1 vote. You get to choose once between ally or betray. That doesn't mean you split your points though. You both get 3 points, or lose 2 points, or whatever. In other words, what you see on this chart is what you get.
Okay, so I'm gonna choose ally, and I'm gonna do it against Phi's wishes. How long are we gonna be stuck in this room together after I do that?
Okay then. I think that about does it for the basic rules. Well, actually, there's a little bit more, but it'll just have to wait, I guess.
What? Why does it have to wait?
Hush now. It'll be okay.
No, it won't.
30 minutes remain until Ambidex Game polling closes.
30 minutes, okay.
Anyway, I've gotta hop along now.
See ya.
Don't do something harebrained and wait until the last minute. You got plenty of time, so think it out. Bye-bye now. Have a nice trust.
Okay, so 30 minutes to think it over, but I can already make my decision now. What happens after I cast my vote? Are we able to leave, or must we wait until everyone's votes are cast, or must we wait the full 30 minutes and then all 3 doors, or all 6 doors are opened? Man, what are we going to do?
About the AB game?
Yeah. Should we choose ally or betray?
Yeah, it's a tough call. This is really kind of an interesting game.
This is different.
Seems like it's based on the prisoner's dilemma.
What's that?
You've never heard of it?
Prisoner's Dilemma. Is this... Maybe I've heard of this. Maybe I'm thinking of a different thing.
It's a thought experiment that uses game theory to examine why people do or don't cooperate.
Is this the one that was performed at a college where they had, like, whatever group was doing it, had college students be police officers and other college students be prisoners, and it literally went down to people in power believing that they had authority over their own peers who were assigned randomly, to the point where they were laughing at, like, this is an actual thing. It's documented and it's all videotaped. Stanford University, maybe? That's ringing a bell, but I don't know if that's correct in saying that. But initially, it's just random students being police officers, random students being prisoners, and the first thing that the police officers are tasked to do by the scientists that are running it, or the school, I don't remember from there, is to get the prisoners dressed in their suits, outfits, something. The basic garb that you see a prisoner in, like the striped... I was about to say pajamas. Oh boy. That's a whole different thing. Oh my god, I do not want to remember that movie. Oh. But the police officers basically force the prisoners to get naked in front of them and change into the attire, all while laughing at them, forcing them to get naked. That was never a part of it. They just said, get them dressed. Give them these clothes and get them dressed. And that was it. And then, as time goes along, there's a lot of, like, not only is it just corrupt in, like, experiments on humans and whatever, but there's a certain point where there should have been, like, an overseer of the overseer, basically, because there's, like, a warden position that just came about naturally, but also unexpectedly, that just kind of forced the police officers to try and adhere to different things. And at any point, the prisoners, all of them, could just leave the experiment all the time, whenever they wanted, to the point where, like, I think 3 of, like, 9 people, I think, were able to leave. And all while this is going on, the prisoners are being punished by the police officers. I think 2 left of the prisoners, and then one of the prisoners was going to leave, and then, like, the remaining 6 prisoners were all shouting, like, blank is a pussy, or something like that, like, something berating. And right before he leaves, the singular prisoner says, I don't want them to think of me as someone weak, and voluntarily goes back after talking to this warden person that should have been overseen, that was the overseer of the police officers. It's such an amazing experiment, but it's so fucked at the same time. I don't think this is what it's talking about, but I just love psychology. It's so cool.
Let's say Apple and Banana have committed a serious crime.
Apple and Banana?
I just gave them the first names I thought of. They don't mean anything. Anyway, Apple and Banana are caught by the police and sent off to separate cells far away from one another. In other words, there's no way for them to contact each other. And they're not like telepaths or something. So that's the setup. You following me?
Yeah. Keep going.
So, a detective shows up. He visits each cell and tells them both exactly the same thing. Goes something like this.
You can both clam up if that's what you want. We're gonna have to put you both in the slammer for 2 years if you do. Now, if you flip on your pal over there, tell me everything. I can get your sentence reduced to 1 year. That means your buddy will serve 15, but that ain't your problem, right? Of course, if he decides to spill the beans, it goes the other way. He gets 1 year, and you get to spend 15 years eating government cheese. You're probably wondering if both of you confess. Well, I can shave off a little time for saving you trouble, but you'll still both do 10 years. So, punk, what's it gonna be? Gonna give me what I want, or you gonna keep that trap shut?
Interesting. So if they kept shut, it would just be a year instead of... It would still just be a year or 2 years. I don't remember what, but not really the point. It's just the exact same scenario.
I told your partner the same thing I just told you. I wonder if you can trust him to keep the cat in the bag. No rush. Give you plenty of time to think about it.
So that's the prisoner's dilemma?
Yeah. What would you do? Say you were in Apple or Banana's shoes.
Well... Huh. Okay, so... Stay silent. They both serve 2 years. Banana stays silent, but Apple confesses. Where's the 15? Apple would get 1 year, but Banana would get 15. The chart's a little bit skewed in a weird way, because it technically shouldn't be like this, but yeah, it should be like... it's fine. You understand how it works. Then the best choice for me is to spill the beans. That way, I only serve 1 year. But what if he confesses too? 10 years. And the smart thing would be for me to do the same. After all, if he cuts a deal and I don't, then I'll spend 15 years in prison. If I confess, I can shave 5 years off of that. And it seems like the best choice is always going to be to confess.
Interesting.
I mean, that's still a lot of years. It'd be 20 years, technically, for the group, even though it's 10 years just to pass, but it'd be 10 years and 10 years. Or it's 15 and 1, so 16. Or just 4. That seems the most advantageous, is just both staying silent.
But you're forgetting something important.
Which is...
That Banana will be thinking the same thing. So you'll both confess, and you'll both end up serving 10 years. Do you get it? If you both trusted each other, then neither of you would have served more than 2 years.
Right.
But because you both made the decision based on your own self-interest, you're gonna spend 8 more years in prison. In other words, the logical decision leads not only to a less desirable outcome on the group level, but also a pretty shitty situation on the personal level, too. You see now? The A-B game is the prisoner's dilemma.
Yeah. They are pretty much the same thing. Here we go. If we trust Alice, we can both increase our BP by 2. But if we don't trust each other, in the long run, it won't benefit either of us.
Yeah, but this is where it gets interesting. Let's say for a moment all 9 of us are on one team.
Okay.
Who would we be playing against?
The others... The other 5. 0, of course. Okay, if that's... Okay, I didn't know which way you were thinking. I thought it was like... group, singular, group, singular, group, singular, but we were all went into one room, per se, in this case. I didn't realize that's what you were doing.
Right. So we can assume the 9 of us are fighting 0 in the AB game. If you look at it that way, what would we want to do to beat him? Just look look at the point totals? Say we all picked ally.
Mm-hmm.
What would our total points be?
We all started with 3, 5. Well, 2 times 9 is 18, so... Oh, excuse me. Okay, that's how you were thinking. I didn't... 18 points.
Okay. Now let's say one of the pairs chooses Betray.
Okay. The pair who pick Betray will get 3 points each, so in total they'll have 6 points. But the solo they betrayed will have 2 points subtracted, so the total gain for that game would only be 4 points. The other 2 groups would choose ally for that round, right?
Yeah.
So for the other teams, you'll get 6 each, which will give you 2 times 6 is 12. Plus 4, 16 points total.
So, what does that tell you?
If we consider all 9 of us to be on the same team, we need to always choose ally to get the most points. If even one person chooses Betray, the total points we get goes down.
Exactly. In this game, if each individual acts for the benefit of the whole group, everyone benefits. But if everyone starts looking out for themselves, it'll impact the group negatively. And eventually, it'll impact them negatively too. If all of us choose Betray, then the group gets 0 points. Ultimately, nobody benefits. Not even the individual.
Yep.
In other words, selfish but logical decisions hurt everyone. And they hurt you.
Okay. I think I get it. What you're saying is that I should pick ally.
No, I mean the opposite.
Yeah. She just doesn't want anything to happen. What?
If you're going to make the most logical choice here, the only option is Betray.
What? Why? You just explained why that was a terrible idea.
No, I didn't. It's not the prisoner's solution. It's the prisoner's dilemma. Even though there's an outcome where everybody's happy, the choice you'd have to make for that outcome isn't the rational one. You want to pick it, but you can't. A dilemma.
You want to pick it, but you can't. You say that, but we're making it. We are going to make that decision.
If we choose ally, and Alice does too, then yes, it'll be great. All 3 of us will get 2 points. That would be ideal, obviously. And it would help everybody. But what if Alice chooses Betray?
What of it? We get down to 1, she goes up to 6. It's that easy. Our BP will go down to 1.
Right. And if that happens, we're screwed.
No, we're not. We're just down to 1. It's that simple. All we have to do is just pick Betray, so long as we're not with a single individual again. Or a person with 1 BP as well. And then, from then on, we have to admit that we are going to pick ally from then on out, regardless.
So...
20 minutes remain until Ambidex Game polling closes.
Unless we can be certain that Alice will choose ally, we don't have a choice. We have to choose Betray. Unfortunately, we don't have any way to know that for certain. That means we have to make the rational choice. It would be great to make the right choice, but we can't.
What do you mean we can't? You're very pessimistic right now. Hey, did you just say we're screwed? If you don't mind telling me, what did you mean by that? I'm guessing something happens if our BP hits 0, right? I mean, the way you said it sure makes it seem like something's going to happen. Do you know something? You do know something. What are you hiding? Yeah, you know. There's been something... Yeah, you know, there's been something weird about you from the moment we met. I mean, for starters, how'd you know my name?
Oh, knock it off. This is getting old.
Yeah. Sorry I had to reread my own lines. I don't care if it's getting ancient. This is important. I don't know you, but you seem to know me somehow. The only explanation I can think of that makes any kind of sense is that you're working with Zero.
What about you?
What?
Are you working with Zero?
Me? Why would you think that?
You're too calm. You wake up trapped in some kind of twisted game and it doesn't even faze you. That hardly seems normal.
Let's just say this isn't my first rodeo. Oh, come on. I could ask you the same thing.
Don't change the subject. We're talking about you. Maybe you actually do know me.
Okay, time out. You just took the exact thing that I just proposed, turned the entire table, and then when I get to raise a single question about anything, you say that, why am I turning the table after you just turned the fucking table? What? Where the hell did that come from? Look, I already told you, I've never seen you before in my life. What? What? What?
Sigma.
Hold on. What? Hold on. Wait, hold on. What? 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 Hold on. Are these visions of what's in different routes or what's to come? Or are these actual, like, memories from previous games that all 9 of us have been a part of before? What? What?
Just let it go. Our time's up. This is it.
Solo. I don't know the color. I think it's a dark color. Red Solo, maybe?
Before it ends, I wanted to tell you thanks.
Maybe a blue.
You know we're about to die, but you still stuck with me. So, thank you, Sigma. Goodbye.
What the? What the? What was that?
What's wrong?
I saw
Saw what?
the explosion.
Explosion?
I think there's a bomb somewhere in this building. I'm not sure, but it sounded like it was on a timer. You and I were trying to stop it, but we couldn't do anything, and...
Whoa! Sigma! Calm down! What are you talking about? What is it now?
My head.
It hurts?
Yeah.
You know, you said it hurt when you first woke up in the AB room, too.
Twists and turns at every angle. It didn't just hurt. It felt like I was going to
Are
explode.
you alright?
I think so.
Maybe you should rest a little.
Yeah. Maybe I could just lay my head on your lap?
Of course.
Of course.
I shouldn't have worried.
Fuck. Vi and I spent the rest of our time until the door opened in silence. The AB game was forgotten as I tried to make sense of what I'd seen. Had it been real in any way? Wait. Spent the rest of the time until the door opened in silence. Door opened. So we didn't even make a choice? Or was it just a hallucination? Brought on by stress or maybe some strange drug they dosed me with while I was out. It had seemed real, though. Was it a premonition? I had to stifle a bark of laughter at the thought. Seeing the future? This wasn't some crappy sci-fi novel. This was real life. Things like that didn't happen. I was just tired. The stress of the Nonary game was probably getting to me more than I thought. I was tired, and I was emotional. A hallucination was strange, but really it was perfectly understandable. You know, this is probably the most interesting thing. Like, why a hug? But what if I wasn't losing it? What if I was fine? What if it hadn't been a hallucination? I sat there for what felt like hours, my mind running in circles. Also, while I'm going through this, I'm still trying to figure out, if at all, from the previous route where I couldn't put in a password because I just didn't know what it could be, if I was supposed to have been able to have had a passcode, a username and password at all in the previous route, or if I'm supposed to be getting them from here on out, or if I'm getting these memories in this route specifically, or if I'm only getting these memories because I went all the way to the username password screen, the computer, the computer, and then I started to have memories or future sites, and now I'm getting them in this route. I don't know if it's programmed like that. I sat there for what felt like hours, my mind running in circles. Okay.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex Game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
What the hell was that?
What? Do you need a translator? If you don't vote fast enough, then it'll set your vote to ally. Make sense? Or do I need to use smaller words?
So if you plan to pick ally, then you don't even really need to go into the AB room.
I guess not. We're already in here, though. So we might as well figure out what we're gonna do.
Yeah, but then we also learn in future that there's actually another rule that isn't mentioned.
What's it gonna be, Sigma? Ally? Or betray?
Why are you even asking? You made it pretty clear that we should choose betray.
Well, I didn't say should. I just said we didn't really have a choice.
That's the same thing.
It's completely different. The former is an active opinion. The latter is just passive information.
Whatever. You still want to betray, right?
Yeah.
Then why did you ask me? So we never really finished our conversation from earlier. You said that we'd be screwed if our BP dropped to 1. What did you mean by that? Something going to happen if our BP gets to 0 or something?
We die.
What?
If our BP drops to 0, we die. The needles in our bracelets activate.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How the hell do you know that? Zero never said anything about it.
I don't know. I swear, I don't. I know somehow.
Somehow. So if you aren't certain that you know these, I swear to God this is like a past thing. Or are we... Or do all of us have, like, future sight or some stupid shit?
There's just this feeling I've got. Like, that's what'll happen.
Oh, come on! That again? You fed me the same line when I asked you why you knew my name. How can you know all these things when there's no way on Earth... Wait. Did you... see it?
What?
Do you have some sort of... I don't know... premonition?
What? What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, so you're not experiencing it like I am.
You sounded like a crazy person the first time, too.
Then... you haven't...
Seriously, Sigma, are you okay? I think there's something wrong with you.
So I'm still sticking with the past then for you. A past game where I'm in the future? I don't know. You're in the past, I'm in the future, and we're now in the present together. Maybe? I don't know. This was wrong. Fi was supposed to be acting strange, not me. Instead, here she was asking if I was okay. But what if it wasn't just her? What if I was losing it too? I groaned. My head felt awful. It was like someone had thrown my brain into a food processor and hit puree.
1 minute remains until Ambidex Game polling closes.
Hey, it's almost time.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna pick? If you aren't going to do it, then
No. I'm fine. I'll do it.
You're gonna choose betray, right?
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Alright. Take it away.
30 seconds remain until Ambidex Game polling closes.
I stood in front of the selection screen and took a deep breath. This was it. I ran over my options one last time. There was only one possible choice. The game is very forward in wanting me to pick Betray, but I'm still sticking with fucking Ally.
Round 1 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
I'm choosing to believe in Alice. As Fi and I stepped out of the AB room, I could see the others running toward the projection, shoving and pushing to get closer.
What the hell were you thinking?
Okay, now we're starting to get back into like a conjoined flow. Okay, interesting. So there is a choice every time if you pick Ally or Betray. Interesting. So, in the previous route, because I... return. God damn it. In the previous route, because I chose Ally, I had more choices. If I had chosen Betray, I would have only had one way to go. Damn, there's so much shit here. Wow. So... Okay, I think I'm spoiling myself, but we'll see.
Did you hear anything I said?
Yeah, I was. And yeah, I did.
Then?
Well, I want to believe in Alice.
It's not really a rational decision.
I know.
Yo, what's up? Siggy! But Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Find out if you made the right choice.
All right. Alice.
Good.
Okay, Alice.
Looks like you're all here.
Finally, let's get ready to rock!
Ambidex Game!
Round 1!
The results!
If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
Alright, let's see. Is there no art for Sigma in that as well? Betray an ally. Ally. Oh! Ah. Alice. Why'd you choose Betray this time? I mean... She was with Clover before, and maybe Kay talked Clover into choosing it? Interesting. But Dio, Quark, and Luna? Why? Why did you guys choose Ally? Dio and Quark. Ah. Tenmyoji, I'm sorry, man. You just get cucked every time. Cucked and fucked. Oh boy. And there's nobody to, like, calm this one down. At least with Quark, there was a little bit of trust with Tenmyoji and Quark, but... Interesting. And then Alice... What's your reasoning?
Here are the results from your game.
Yeah. So I'm leaving this episode here after that giant spit in the face by Alice. And unfortunately, I did spoil it for myself looking at the flow, which I shouldn't have done. But it's interesting to know that the choices, or the splits, aren't just the rooms anymore. There's actual splits from making the ally and betray situation as well. I like this. It's interesting. It's got me on the edge of my seat. Okay. That's that episode complete. Hopefully you're looking forward to more. And hopefully you're looking forward to what is to come between my and Alice's relationship. Fi and Alice's... Oh god, that is going to take one giant... And then Fi and I are kind of stuck with each other for a little bit longer. So, whoops-a-daisies. I just need to know who I'm gonna be allying and betraying with, or maybe not with next time. Who knows? It's all for the future. Thank you so much for coming out. And in the meantime, I'll leave you with one final message as a final goodbye. And that being, have a nice day.